don't know what happened, but my camera shut off. Tighten, make sure that bolt's tight. And then I'm going to get my electric impact and my 10mm. Tighten up this top bolt here. Tighten up this bottom one down here. Then I'm going to have to get my long extension back again. So I can tighten up this last bolt that's way down in here. So I'm going to snake this down through here like I did before. Can't really see what I'm doing here. It's all the way back there. Get that tightened up. Okay. And then I'm going to, oops, I missed something here. I made my life more difficult by not putting this bolt back in. I should have done that first, but I overlooked it, so let me get this bolt back in here real quick. It's extremely difficult to see what I'm doing here, so let me just set my phone down. Try to get this bolt started in this hole. Feels like it started. Let me grab a wrench.
This is a weird electrical one.
Alright, get this bolt tightened down here. My little ratcheting wrench. Okay, that's tight. Then I'm going to reconnect my PCM connections down here, starting with this lower one. Can't really see what I'm doing. Clip that back in. Get that back on its post down there. Clip that back in. And then that little plastic clip that I took out, this little green one. Shove that back into the hole. Right there. Sorry, you can't really see it. Clip that back in. Reconnect my 3 connections on my PCM here. It's just hard to show you. There's one there. Oops, I got this one underneath here where it's not supposed to be. This one goes here. Put that back in. Put that one back in. I'm going to take my wire that I took off here earlier, clip that back on. And then this one in the back here. I can get my hands on it. Try to get that back in there. Very hard to see while I'm doing this. Okay, that's back on. Let me grab my cover for the PCM and slide this back into this hole down here, which is kind of hard to see. There's a little plastic tab that goes into that hole down there. And we'll slide that back on there. Bottom one back on there. Okay, that's back on. Now I'm going to put my power steering reservoir back in the right spot here, snake it back down underneath here, and push her back down into that. And then I've got to grab my squeezers again. Stick my rag back underneath here to keep it from spilling fluid on the new belt. Alright, I'm going to take and pull off this little plug that I put on the pump earlier. Set that off to the side. And then I'm going to have to set my phone down. I'm going to squeeze it with this clamp again. Pull this plug out of this hose, stick my hose back on, take my squeezers off, get my rag out. Okay, so now I got the hose set back on there. Put my hose clamp back on with these pliers. Just like that. I'm gonna take my radiator cap off because I have to fill the coolant back up. It's extremely hard to get off for some reason. Oh, man. Thing is on there. Okay, got the cap off. Now I'm gonna get my engine cover here. My plastic cover. Got water spilled all over it, so I'm gonna let the water drip off for a second. A little bit won't hurt anything. Put my cover back on, and it has these two little plastic pins that have to go into those two rubber grommets there, so it's kind of difficult to see. But I'll try to get it back on here. Okay. Got that pushed on, then I'm going to grab my flathead screwdriver and just give these a quarter turn to tighten them back down. Okay, that's tightened down. So now we're almost done here. I'm going to lift it back up, put those two push pins back in the plastic splash shield down here, put the front tire back on. Then I'm going to fill up the antifreeze. And I'll start it up and get the cooling system filled up and bled. So let me get this back together real quick, get my bungee cord off.